Yeah, welcome to the Clutch Corner. It's your boy Roy A. Shepherd, and I'm joined as usual by the corner for my man Clutch Adam Barai, Allana Tahauer, and the man, the myth, the legend, Michael Christian himself. I feel dirty calling you a legend.
I feel like a myth is just untrue. Like I'm a real person.
Maybe you might be a figment
I'll
of
just
all
take
of our
the man.
imagination.
I'll take either of those three. Literally either of those three.
Man, myth, or whatever the third thing I said was. So Heat and 6, I think that is appropriate, even though I'm not picking that. So guys, the season has come to an end, and the new season is about to start. Absolutely. And the new season is upon us. But before we get into what we're going to be doing on Saturday, talking about some of the matchups that we're going to be seeing, talking about getting into our predictions or whatever, we're going to talk about this season as a whole. Allana, we'll start with you. Give me your honest season recap. What are some of the things that you're going to remember? What are some of the things that you're going to hope to forget? And what stood out to you most during the season?
Watch out, Heath Twitter.
You want to start with me?
Yeah.
Honestly, I would like to forget like 99% of the season. There is very little that I'm going to hold on to. I think, to steal Michael's thunder for a second, Duncan, after the trade deadline, I will hold on to moving forward. Kendrick Nunn as a whole, I will hold on to moving forward. Jimmy had some great games, but these are just like very individual little moments. I'm ready to just say goodbye and move forward because the inconsistency's been killing me.
That is a wonderful take from this season. Excuse me. Adam, you're muted, so you're going last. Michael? Go ahead, bro.
I'm with her as long. I don't know if our 1% sync up though, right? If I'm forgetting 99% of the season, I'm only remembering 1%. That 1%, and Kryptonite just said it. That 1% is UD, right? Putting his finger in Dwight Howard's face. 100% with it. Highlight of the season by far. But man, it was rough. It was rough sledding there for a while. All of us were super down on this team for a while there. Then we got high on the team. Then we got down on the team again. Then we got high on the team, and I think that was probably about the first 2 weeks of the season, if I'm remembering it correctly. So it was rough going through it. They found a way to get it together though at the end when it mattered, all because of Jimmy. Jimmy is putting the team on his back and it's working out. I will save my prediction for later, but I am not ready to count this team out, even though this was probably the most up and down basketball season I've ever watched.
Big comment. What it do, baby? Yadiel Cartagena with the smartest comment of the night. Royal is right always. Bro,
mute him.
I love that man.
I'm going to put you in timeout, Gad. Watch yourself.
Hey, first of all, Gad had George Sedano on Full Court Press the other night. And
that
show
Jorge.
Was awesome.
It's Jorge.
He calls himself George on ESPN.
So to help people like you.
Exactly. Who can't pronounce it otherwise. So Adam, coming to us live from an undisclosed location, aka witness protection. Tell us your thoughts on the season, bro.
That's where I am, witness protection.
Yeah, bro. I figure, I don't know. I can't see any discernible objects in your background to tell me where you are.
Well, I've got a bunch of people pointing at me, making sure I don't say anything I'm not supposed to. So
okay.
I'm gonna go with the exact opposite. Michael, I'm counting them out. I'm sorry. But I think probably the most memorable part was Bam's game winner and Bam's games against Brooklyn. All three of those games, I'd say. But apart from that, I think the most excited I've been were those two games against the Celtics. Outside of that, I wouldn't say much else. It's those two games against the Celtics. That stretch that they had in the middle of the year when they won like 11 of 12, and then the games against Brooklyn. So if I were to take away those games, I mean, if you were to take out those games, it would be a really dreadful year for a Heat fan. But otherwise, look, I'm ready for these playoffs to come. I think if the Heat go far, great. If they don't, if they don't go far, I'm sorry, but like they need a break. They've been playing basketball for 2 years straight. Like they need a break.
Yeah, so thank you, Justin, for the $4.99. Don't know. He said, "What's good, Adam? I've been working crazy, but I'm back. Happy to have you back, brother." He said, "Greeting Royal and Michael and First Lady Mo." So thank you, Justin. Greetings to you as well, my brother. I think if I'm gonna take anything away from this season, it was just that you can't get too comfortable with the success of any particular season. Like this, I've had the distinct honor of being able to talk about this team through the ebbs and flows of it. And I've had some really high highs with this team and some extremely dark days leaving some of those post-game streams. And so what it helped me do is, it doesn't always seem like it, but I begin to appreciate the moments that I can take from each season. And so that's definitely one thing. It gives you perspective, man, because you can go from contender to shit quickly. And so that's what's been happening. But fuck that. We're a contender. We're in the playoffs, and we already know who our opponent is, which is the Milwaukee Bucks. We got them in a 3-6 matchup. Milwaukee beat us 2 out of the 3 times that we played this year. Overall, like, how you guys feeling about the series so far? This time I'll start with Michael. Michael, how does the series have you feeling? Don't give me your predictions yet. Just tell me how you feeling.
I mean, if we're talking about, are you talking about the way I felt about the past 3 games that we played against them in the regular season, or going into this?
Going into this playoff series.
I mean, I'm really confused as to the people that think that this is what the Heat wanted. You know, that they were sitting there thinking, man, I can't wait to get Milwaukee that first round. That's going to be great. I mean, they were trying to get that 4 or 5 seed. I think it would be ridiculous to think that they weren't trying to get that. We're here now. I think there are advantages against Milwaukee, like the coaching. I mean, I don't think Coach Budenholzer is a very good coach. There's a lot riding on this series for him and this team because he's absolutely going to lose his job if they lose that series. So I don't know. I am nervous going into it, though, because this is a much improved Milwaukee team, and I don't think you can take last season's matchup against them and say, oh, the Heat did great then, they'll do it again. This is a completely different Milwaukee team and a completely different Heat team. So I don't know. It's hard to feel any specific way about it.
Yeah, so Welch, it says Saturday game 1 time not announced yet. No, but if you look at Jason Jackson, who was the last guest person on Field the Heat, if you go back and listen to that episode, he alluded to the game being kind of like an afternoon game. So check out his timeline. Thank you for coming on Field the Heat. That's more Allana and Michael's job to do, but I appreciated you being on there anyway, even though the boy didn't get an invite to talk to him, Michael Christian and Allana Tower.
Thank you. No, I'm about to say this is a 2-person show.
It's a 1-person show, really. You're more of like a Luigi, bro, player 2.
Yeah. He tells me what to do when nobody's watching. She's just like, we have the cameras on. She's like, say this now every time. So
she got cue cards for your motherfucking ass in the bag.
I'm ready to be on Saturday Night Live now, right? I feel like I am, but we'll see.
All the improv you get to do when she allows it. So, Allana, give me your feelings on this series going into it.
All right. First of all, I'm going to fully disagree with Michael. I absolutely think that they're happy to play the Bucks. I don't think this team looks for the easy way out. And honestly, I think Jimmy's really excited about this matchup. So to say that they absolutely didn't want to play the Bucks, I disagree with that. I don't think that, the way that we played them against the regular season is enough of a sample size to kind of give any prediction moving forward based on that. The team was different. We weren't healthy.
That was a good show when it was on, I got to tell you. Is there still out there?
Yeah, because you had good guests on there.
I don't know. That host is pretty good.
Fabulous guest, Allana.
That host is pretty fire. I don't know.
He was all right. He was mediocre at best. Go ahead, Allana, finish your point.
I'm all thrown off now. No, listen, I think it's going to be a battle. I think it's going to be great basketball, and I think we have a good chance to put up, a strong fight. It's going to be a fight, though. It's not going to be a cakewalk by any means.
Yeah. So, Welch, I'm actually watching this game on my phone that you're talking about, and yeah, Charlotte is getting raped by Indiana. Adam, poor choice of words, probably.
Yeah,
but
incredibly poor.
Yeah, let's run that one back.
Okay, Charlotte is getting murdered. Is that better than saying raped?
I mean, we could have said destroyed. There's a lot of other
You could have just said murked, and that would have been fine.
That's the same thing as murdered, Allana.
Nah, but no one really gets it. So if you don't know, you don't know.
Okay, that's fair. It's indecipherable to white people.
Yeah.
Adam, tell me how you're feeling going into this series versus Milwaukee.
Listen, I mean, look, I have to throw away last year's matchup. I do think that this Heat squad is fine taking anybody on. They could have played against the 1 seed, the 2 seed, 3 seed. It would have been completely fine. I do think, though, that it is concerning that they just don't care who they play. I do think they kind of threw that game at the end there, but at the same time, you don't throw games. You just play to win. But I don't think they really cared that much about winning that game against the Bucks. I think that it's a different team entirely, and the most dangerous aspect of this series is Budenholzer playing Giannis more. Last series, he played like 34 minutes a game in the playoffs in the second round against the Heat. And if they bump that up to like 38, 39 minutes, I think it's dangerous. And that was one of the biggest critiques against Bud. He would put Giannis in the game with about 7 minutes in the fourth quarter while the Heat were making a run, and then take him out for 2 minutes. And then the Heat took a lead, and they held on to it to end the game. So I think if Bud just gets his minutes right, that alone is very dangerous. And then you have the inclusions of guys like Bryn Forbes, you have Drew Holiday. So I think it's a dangerous opposition that the Heat are going to be playing.
So, yeah. To your point, I think that's probably one of Miami's biggest advantages going into this series is the Spo versus Bud matchup. Like I believe Spo owns Bud. I question the way Bud coaches most of the time, but he has an MVP, so it's hard to. He has a coach of the year as well. But I think that's one of Miami's. We'll get into that matchup a little bit later in more specifics. But I just think that's one of Miami's biggest advantages going in here. I'm pretty confident. Like, just being honest, I picked the Heat in 7. I'll put my prediction out there early, but we'll get back around to it again as to why I feel like that. But I just picked – I feel like Miami has several advantages that can help them. So, Allana, outside of Jimmy Butler, because that's the easy answer, who's the most important player for Miami in this series?
See, I've always been of the mindset that if we don't have at least 5 to 6 guys getting in double digits, we're toast. So I don't know if I necessarily have another person. I just think it has to be team ball. I guess if I have to pick someone, I really hope Kendrick Nunn keeps showing out, because I think that his obviously offense, but just his ability to play make and just his overall like temperament this season, I think has been a huge win for Miami. So I know Bam's kind of the obvious one here, but I think Bam's going to do what Bam's going to do. So I think I'm going to have to pick Nunn, but I do think that without well-rounded basketball, we're going to get slaughtered.
Adam, who's the most important player in this series aside from Jimmy?
I'm going to agree with Allana to an extent. I think if Goran and Nunn can combine together and do what Goran did last year, that will be just as important. We know Goran won't be able to do what he did. If he can, that's a third All-Star for the Heat. But we'll see.
Okay. Oh. So listen, Big Bang, Big Base Barad got some competition out here. Since you on the stream, our man Symbol of Sports came through with the $50 dono. Thank you, brother, for that. He said, I ain't like Birdman, Lil Wayne, Drake, or Adam Barad, so I ain't got money to blow. But here's a little something for the kids. The boy feeling good. My boy Symbol. Appreciate you, man. Always love, bro. Catch Symbol on some of the post-game shows later on.
We got 50 $10.
Right, we got $10.
I like that.
I fuss with it. we gotta give the Barad Buck some names too, because he donate more money than anybody I've ever seen. Michael, tell me what you feeling going into this. I don't know what I was asking. Oh, who's the most important?
Yeah,
most important. You know the question.
Screaming it. Yeah, the comments are screaming it. I mean, it's obviously Bam, right? I mean, it has to be Bam. You have to have him step up. You have to have him play. He has to be your second best player. I think that's an easy answer, though. So I think I'm going to change your question for myself and be like outside of Jimmy and Bam, because that's so easy. I think Duncan has to find a way to play well. And I say that, yes, because I am biased for Duncan, because I think I just.
You? No way, Michael.
Shut up, one dimension. So then the thing with Duncan, though, is last time they played the Bucks in this conference semis, Duncan got locked up a bit. He's only scored 9 points per game, which actually isn't that bad, but his shooting percentage is only around 35. So they knew how to defend him, and it was up to everybody else. I think if he can find a way to get around that, they can put a game plan where he's really forcing them to defend him even more on that three-point line. It'll open up a lot of other things for this team. So I think it's up to Duncan. If he plays well, if he can average about 12 to 13 points per game, shoot around 40% from three, I think you're looking at a really successful first round for the Heat.
So I'm going to go ahead, Adam.
I'm going to have to disagree a little bit, because I don't think Duncan has to play particularly well for him to be impactful. Just his presence on the court is a big deal for the Heat. So I don't know. Like, obviously, you'd want him to hit 6 threes a game, but I just don't think – I think that might happen once during the entire playoff run. It's just not realistic to ask from him. So him being on the court alone is very impactful, but not as impactful as someone else could be. If you know
Yeah, no, I understand. My thing with Duncan is just I don't trust anybody else on this team right now to make three-pointers, because it's so up and down. Like Tyler can have 5 in a game and then he can have 0. And Goran can have 6 and the next game also have 0. Kendrick Nunn is probably the most reliable 3-point shooter after Duncan Robinson in the past few weeks. So I think it's really on Duncan Robinson because last year they had Jay Crowder hitting some of those shots too. Tyler was much better from the 3-point line as well. So that's what I'm saying. Like outside of him, I get it. His presence, that gravity is going to play a part. But if he's not hitting them, they're going to back off. And honestly, I haven't really trusted him that much with open threes this season, which is unfortunate. So that's what I'm saying. If he can go out for that 13, I think that is the threshold where I'd say he hits that, they win the series.
Okay. So yeah, I think I like a mix of all of your answers in terms of like, of course, the obvious answer is Bam is very important to what this team does, but I also like the Kendrick take because the Bucks were going to play the drop with Brook Lopez, which means that mid-range jumper is going to be there all series. And in my honest opinion, I think Bam and Kendrick are the two most consistent mid-range jump shooters in the starting lineup, and then you have Tyler third coming off the bench. So I think those 3 players are going to be extremely important in terms of how we're going to attack the drop before they put PJ Tucker in there and get the switching. But another interesting point is that outside of Bam, we all chose guards primarily, if you consider Duncan a guard. So I want to talk some about the rotation and what that's going to look like. Like, who's going to get more minutes in the playoffs and who's going to get less minutes in the playoffs? And so, Michael, we're going to start with you with this conversation, bro. Who do you see minutes taking an uptick and whose minutes do you see getting kind of cut back a little bit?
Minutes taking an uptick. I mean, compared to the regular season, you're saying, right?
Right.
Man, that's a tough one. I think I see Goran's taking an uptick just because Goran was kind of held back a bit in the regular season because they wanted to try and save him for the playoffs because that's when he's much more needed. As to who's going to drop a little bit, and I don't think this is what should happen. I disagree with it, but I think realistically, I think Kendrick Nunn's minutes are going to drop a little bit just because I don't know if Spo is going to play him in that fourth quarter. I'm not saying that's what should happen. I think Kendrick Nunn deserves a shot at that because he's been playing so well. But it just seems like that's the trend that happens with this team. So I see his minutes taking a bit of a dive. And you have to add on top of that, he's getting a lot of minutes in the regular season because he's starting and he was playing a lot more. So I think that might be a bit of a dive and then Goran going up.
Adam?
Yeah, it's interesting because last year what we saw was we had a closing lineup, it seemed like, for every single one of those games. And this year it's sort of more of a question mark. Last year we had Jay, Tyler, Jimmy, and Bam. Those were like a solid 4. And then we had Goran if he was hitting. And if it wasn't Goran, it would be whoever else is hitting at that time. So I guess in terms of minutes, yeah, we're going to see Kendrick's minutes drop. We're going to see Dedmon's minutes drop. We're going to see a bunch of players who look, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bam average around 44 minutes a game, just because that's what it's going to take to win these games. I mean, Jimmy only sat 2 or 3 minutes a game in the finals last year, so I think that the big stars, their minutes are going to be almost at the highest of what it can possibly be, almost Thibs like. But I do think Goran, his minutes are going to increase a lot, and Tyler. Look, I just think Spo trusts him in the fourth quarter, and we're going to see a replication of what we saw last year with him playing every single fourth quarter minute. So,
I think that's where you and I slightly part. Like, and we're going to get into this conversation a little bit, but I think, excuse me, with the way Kendrick Nunn has been playing, he's going to start. He's going to get a decent amount of minutes. I think with Goran getting uptick in minutes, I think those minutes come away from Tyler. And solely because if he's not hitting one game, we've seen Spo have a shorter leash with Tyler. I think he's going to pull him in some games if he's not playing well. But Allana, we're going to throw it to you. Who do you think gains minutes? Who do you think loses minutes?
No, I definitely agree with you too, especially because Tyler is still coming off a pretty fresh injury. He didn't get that much run after he came back. So even though I know Spo likes to trust him, and I know obviously he had a great bubble run, I don't know if I see him relying on him as much. I do think Goran's minutes are going to go up, but I think to your point, Goran's minutes are going to take from Tyler's. I don't know. I understand why, we're not necessarily trusting Kendrick as much as a closer because he does play such heavy minutes leading up to that fourth quarter. But at the same time, my entire problem, I guess, with Spo, and not just this year, is that I don't feel like he adjusts very well or as well as he could. And so I think sometimes when guys aren't doing well, he doesn't yank certain people swiftly enough, but then doesn't give other people a chance. And I'm just hoping that it's not one of those situations, where Tyler is not necessarily looking great and he should be replacing them, but he kind of just leaves him out there. So I don't know. I think I'm definitely in agreement though on the Goran front. He's definitely going to step up.
Yeah, somebody said that Goran is the X factor for this team, and I wholeheartedly agree. The way Goran plays is a good barometer of how our bench is playing, and our bench is going to be hugely important in this series, especially considering like their bench is not as good as it was last year, but it's still pretty solid with people like PJ Tucker coming off of it. Michael, some people in the comments want you to make a Pokemon or anime analogy.
Yeah, I was thinking, right? So I'm trying to think of that analogy. So let's give Kendrick Nunn that like Neji role from Naruto. You know, like he came on strong and he was a good player, but then you kind of realize like you're not really integral to the plot, bro. So you kind of sat him in that first playoff round. Then you come back for the Great War, right? You have that Great War. Right. He plays this amazing role, and then he's that sacrifice. And I don't think they're going to sign him in the offseason, which is going to make him even more the Neji, you know, that sacrifice that we see. But to Kendrick Nunn, you played your part, man. You're important. Ain't no Naruto without Neji.
You don't think Kendrick Nunn's coming back?
Hold on a
second.
second.
That's the wackest take I've ever heard.
When did I say that's what I wanted to happen? I never said that's
I'm not saying that's what you want to happen. I'm saying that's what you think is going to happen.
Yes.
What, Kendrick Nunn coming back? I don't think Kendrick Nunn's coming back either.
Yeah. I think somebody else will offer him more money.
That's a crazy thing to say.
I don't think. I think Kendrick Nunn coming back. I think Kendrick Nunn coming back.
It came out years ago, bro. Chill.
So I think Kendrick Nunn coming back is heavily dependent on what Miami does. So I won't say that he won't be back. Wow. I'm saying why? Because if they get Kyle Lowry, they're not to bring him back.
Why? Why?
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't understand.
Because they're still going to have Tyler. They're still going to have Goran, and they're not going to need Kendrick.
Real depth now,
huh?
Real depth.
But they also got to have some of that money for Duncan too, right?
Yeah, give him the money too.
Hey, I mean, if you can sign them all, sign them all. I just think on the list of Lowry, Duncan, Nunn.
The cap holes on Nunn and Duncan are very low, so they can feasibly retain them. I'm just saying, like, we've all seen how Kendrick plays when he's not a starter. Like, outside of that starting lineup, he's not as effective as he has been with the starters. And if we get Kyle Lowry, he's no longer a starter, bro.
Okay, but here's the thing. I do think that Kendrick will be here. It's not dependent on how much money he.
Right, it's not a money thing.
Look, for me, it's dependent on Mickey Arison and whether he's willing to spend that money. Okay, he's gonna get whatever he gets, and it can be with the Heat or it could be with someone else. Sure, but it's up to Mickey Arison if he wants to spend it, because they can definitely get everyone, come back, and then go get a Kyle Lowry type.
I just think to assume that he's coming back, I think it's a bit too early. I'm not saying he didn't have a good season. Honestly, and I said this on our podcast on Feel Like Heat, I think Kendrick Nunn, more so than almost any other player, deserves a lot of credit this season for absolutely turning around his game in ways that none of us thought he could. But I'm just not ready to say, oh, he's 100% coming back next season.
No, but you said he's not coming back for certain.
That's what my guess is. I'm not super confident that I'm sitting maybe on like
that was
65% on that. Also, I had to make a Naruto analogy. Like, just, you don't even get that. Have you ever heard of that show?
I'm going to call you out. Why are we talking? Is this an anime show? Oh, I'm sorry. I must have
comment for it. Stream. I was trying to be nice for BitComet. Thank you, BitComet.
Yeah, and I'm the host, so if you're yelling at Michael, then you're yelling at me for making him.
I'll yell at you all day, Royal. I ain't scared of you.
You know what this will turn into, Allana. It turned to another one of my veins popping out of my forehead.
No. Here's what you do. Just ask her a question, and then she won't answer it.
No, because I do what I want. It's my world. Y'all are just living in it.
Well, first of all, she's answered every question tonight, so we're not going to bring it up.
Wasn't Royal? You.
What?
Well, he's answered all of them.
No,
I'm the host.
No, he said, I like all of your answers, but, he never.
Hey, Adam. Before I tell people where you at. Yeah. Let's get into this guard rotation.
We just did the guard rotation.
Yeah, I understand, but that was talking about who would lose minutes. But honestly, dog, like out of all three of them cannot play. Like all
you got really into it. I'm loving it.
Yeah, bro. Like all of them can't play, bro. Like it's not enough minutes for Goran to get an increase, Tyler to get an increase. Like one of them's not going to be in the rotation. I don't think Spo's going to.
I was not slandering anime. I just want to point this out. This just isn't. If it doesn't work in my favor against an argument against Michael, it's not going to work.
You've never even watched The Last Airbender, okay? Just
I don't even know what that is.
What? First of all.
Yeah, that's right, Simba.
Okay, so let's get to this. Like, if you had to take one of those guys out of the rotation, like you have to take one out in order to make enough minutes for everybody, who are you taking out? Kendrick, Goran, or Tyler? We'll start with Allana.
Tyler.
Adam.
Kendrick.
Dun, dun, dun.
Borai.
Look, I'm just keeping it. I'm saying Kendrick.
Okay. Michael.
I'm leaning Tyler, but it's between Tyler and Goran, whoever's playing worse. Like genuinely.
What? You have to take one of them out.
Tyler. That's got to be. And hold on a second. Take out completely. Like, that's a rough time. You're just talking about minimizing minutes because there's minutes for the three of them.
Now who's not answering questions, Michael?
Thank you.
I did. I
Allana.
gave multiple answers.
Thank you, Allana. Yeah, too many. I only asked for one. Wait here. Bring
Her
Allana
internet
back.
crashed. Her internet crashed.
Her internet crashed my ass. I feel like this is like okay.
I feel like that was targeted.
You guys feel like he only has one host now. You're looking at her. You're fired.
It's over with. Oh, somebody said Goran in the comments, which was my answer. My answer is Goran Dragic. I'm taking out Goran because I believe that Tyler Hero's like
with me.
Huh?
Lynette's with me.
Yeah. Lynette sells insurance. That's why she don't talk about basketball.
Bro.
Well, y'all go to make sure y'all check out Insurance by Lynette, bro.
No, be nice. We all like Lynette, you jerk.
I love Lynette, just being honest with you. Like, she's one of my favorite people on Twitter who interact.
Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah. But yeah, you see the boy trying to rebound? But
you're doing good. No. Keep going.
Yeah. I'm taking out Goran because I just believe Tyler offers more in terms of even if he's not shooting well, he's a better rebounder than Goran. They're about equally as shit on defense. And I think the rebounding is what's pushing it for me because at least Tyler can contribute in one way if he's not scoring. Goran brings a presence, but if he's not really scoring like that, it's kind of like,
what are you doing? Tyler contribute?
Rebounding. He can rebound, bro. He rebounds all the time. He's either the second or third best rebounder on the team, bro. Like, that's just
I'm just trying to make sure. Hold on. So Kendrick's with first unit. Then second unit is Goran and Tyler. Why are we taking one out?
Yeah, I don't know why we're taking someone out, but I'm playing the
because I want to take somebody out.
You just wanted to heat up the comments, bro. That just
why
admit
not
it.
just call it the closing lineup?
So, bro, first of all,
okay.
Bro,
so closing lineup question.
I want to critique how hostess. You know my plan, Michael. You can't be exposing my nefarious deeds out here on the live stream, telling that I want to rile up the comments.
Everybody here knows you're nefarious. Come on.
That's also very true. So
you got nefarity written on your head, bro.
Let's get to the Dwayne Dedmon conversation then, because that boy is obviously losing minutes in the playoffs, in my opinion. But I want to know if any of you believe that he could possibly be more effective in this series, because I'll let you guys go first. Well, I'll give my opinion first. I think with them bringing what's that boy's name who used to be in Houston? PJ Tucker, Ethan's golden boy. I think with them bringing PJ Tucker out the bench.
About that. It's the PJ Tucker series.
Yeah, right. It's the PJ Tucker.
We should have given up that first round pick.
But yeah, if PJ Tucker's coming out the bench, then I don't see a reason to play Dedmon anymore, because they're not going to have a true big. They're going to be switching everything, and I don't think Dedmon's as good on the perimeter. We'll start with Adam this time. Adam, am I crazy for thinking that Dedmon will lose minutes in this series?
No, you're not. And I think he gets the Chris Anderson treatment, and he ends up with maybe 5 minutes of energy time, or when Bam needs a breather. He's really going to just be there when Bam says, sub me out, I need a minute. I just don't see. And then the other problem is when Brook is in the game, that's the only time you can have Dedmon in the game. And Brook starts, Bam starts, so it just doesn't match up well for him. So I just think Dedmon is maybe in another series, but this one you can't afford to have Dedmon on the court at any time when Giannis is playing center. So
right, that's our point. Like, it's like, bro, we need Dedmon. I understand what Dedmon provides. I love Dedmon, and I love everything he's done for us. But we're talking about in this series specifically against the Bucks, not like ever, but in this series, there is no role for Dedmon in my eyes. Allana, are you in the same boat, or are you on the other side of it?
Yeah, I mean, listen, if Bam needs a breather, he does fill that void. He also, I think, brings good energy to the second unit if they're looking a little bit lackluster, but otherwise, yeah, he can't be played.
Michael?
I think he's going to get about 10 per game. I think he's going to end up with about 10 per game. Just because I'm looking at the lineup. Huh?
Isn't that what he gets now?
He gets about 15 now, so he'll get less. But I mean, you guys are sounding like you're giving him basically like 3, if that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm expecting Bam to play like close to. Bam's going to play 40 or more minutes.
Right.
I could still see him playing about 10 per game because of that rebounding effort, because of the amount of like break time he can give Bam. I think it is really advantageous to have him up against Brook Lopez when Brook Lopez is out there. And the way they played against Boston those 2 games, I think was pretty close to what they're going to do in their playoff lineups. And he played, what was it? I think like 13 or 15 minutes in those games. So I could very much see him getting 10 minutes per game. I'm not saying they're going to be incredibly impactful, but I think it would be smart to give him that. If it's a horrible 10 minutes in the first game, then the next game, don't even bring him off the bench. But game 1, 7-game series, very start of the playoffs, I could see it happening.
That's a fair point. Like but I don't know. I think I just don't see it happening because we're gonna play Bam the whole series. Like he's gonna play. Thank you, Ravi Patel, for the 4. Oh, go ahead, Adam.
I mean, you can make the counter argument though. Game 1, I might want 7 players on the court. I want to win that.
Yeah,
game.
I think that sets the tone.
So, I mean, look, we saw Myers go from a starter with 30 minutes to not even seeing the court once during the entire playoff run. I just don't think there's any room. I mean, Brook might get played off the court in the first half of game 1. So, I mean, I just don't see it. I think that's why they brought PJ Tucker to try to play center during those minutes. So, I don't know. It's going to be tough, but I could see 10 minutes of just energy. Maybe if Bam's in foul trouble, maybe, something like that.
I mean, yeah, if Tucker's in at the 5, you're not going to have Dedmon. It's absolutely going to be matchup based. I just think the matchups, and this team plays bigger than the Celtics do, and he'd had 10, 15 minutes against the Celtics both those games. So that's where I could see it happening. Ro, you want me to read this one? You read donos all day long. So
no, please, by all means.
Yeah, Ravi Patel, thank you for the $4.99. Why wouldn't Dedmon help build a wall against Giannis? I think there is potential at certain stretches of the game, which he makes a good point. I think what most of you are going to say is that he's probably a bit too slow to defend Giannis when he gets inside, but I'll let you guys give your own opinions.
Nope, you had my opinion when you just said it out your mouth. Alana, read Christian's dono for me, please.
Does Ethan realize that if we traded depth in COVID season, we would postpone so many games when Jimmy was out? Isn't Dedmon's physicality necessary?
These are 2 different questions.
Yeah, he's getting the most out of his money. They call it bang for your buck, Adam.
So Raw, you answer the Ethan one because you love talking about that, man.
Oh, Ethan J. Skolnick?
Yeah.
I'm super big fan of Ethan J. Skolnick's opinions, if you guys haven't noticed. I think I don't think Ethan realizes anything very much about basketball past 1995. So I don't know I don't know what Ethan realizes, bro. Every trade scenario this man makes is horrendous. And I'm going to force him to let me on that pod so I could tell him to his goddamn ears because it's not face-to-face when you pod. Who you want to answer the second half of the question, Michael?
Let's give it to Allana.
I don't necessarily think it's his physicality that would be necessary. I think that it's more so his energy. And like I said, I honestly think he amps up the second unit when they're struggling. But I think at this point it's just like do or die. So I don't think we're going to rely too much on him.
Yeah, I think that's fair though. But yeah, so let's go on to another potential, I guess, rotation thing that we're going to have to deal with. And that's Trevor versus Andre Iguodala. We all know Trevor's going to start. Who's going to get the important minutes, though? Or are they both going to be on the floor at the same time? We'll start with Allana.
This one's tricky because here's the thing. Iggy hasn't been playing great. Like, we're not going to sugarcoat that. However, I do think he brings a certain type of experience in the playoffs, and he tends to kind of up his game a little bit. I still trust him more. I know people are kind of ready to send him off, but there's just something about Iggy out there that I don't know if it's his basketball IQ or that he's just able to read his teammates well. Regardless, I don't know if he's necessarily going to get the more important minutes, but I do think that he's still very necessary, and I think that he's going to have more of an impact than people think.
Michael?
I don't know what the question was. I was looking up minutes from last series to answer the Dedmon thing. Hold on. I have actual evidence now, right? Last time they played the Bucks, I understand it's a completely different series. But what is it? Kelly, I'm backing this up. Kelly had 12 minutes per game and Myers had 9. So I think putting Dedmon around 10 makes a lot of sense. So
Wait, when?
What Dedmon
when they played the Bucks,
they are completely different
in
players.
The regular season?
No, when they played last playoffs.
He's in the playoffs.
Myers got minutes?
Yes, 8.9
No way.
per game. Yeah.
No, he didn't. I don't remember a single minute that man played on the court.
Then the basketball reference is lying. You call it basketball reference a liar?
Yes.
Whoa. You sponsor. Hey, I'll get basketball reference as a sponsor. 100%.
There's no way that man
Perfect. Thanks, Michael.
100%. Sorry, you were talking about Iggy, right?
Yeah.
Iggy versus Trevor Ariza. Who's going to play more minutes? Who's going to play less? Or who's going to play the more important minutes?
Trevor Ariza. It's got to be Trevor Ariza. I think his impact in the starting lineup is a lot more than any of us could have guessed. He's fit in so well from the very beginning. His shot is starting to come on, and as long as he never drives to the basket, I will have no problems. None at all. If this man starts driving 2 to 3 times per game, I'm out. Bench him. Because he's going to start throwing up some backward stuff. You're not Dwayne Wade in 06, bro. Chill. Other than that, love everything else he brings.
So somebody else was making a point about how Trevor Ariza either gives you a lot of points or he gives you no points. I think it was Ethan J. Skolnick.
Yeah, but Andre Iguodala lately is just giving you a lot of no points. So
right,
that's a lot of argument we're making.
Well, I don't mind Andre Iguodala's no point games, bro. Like sometimes when he doesn't score any points, he's still impacting the game defensively, like with the active hands and shit like that. It's just he's been bad on both.
He's not. Trevor's, it's
but not
like
as much as Iggy in the playoffs.
No, and he's not. I think Iggy's a much smarter player on the court. I think he helps drive the team a lot more. But I think Ariza also brings a lot when he's not scoring. Let's not discount the defense.
So our man Ben said Myers played a single game versus Milwaukee. Nice research.
That's what it says. It says 8.9 per game. So there it is.
If he only played 1 game,
minutes.
He played 9 minutes.
He played 8.9. He played 8.9. 8.9.
What you say, Adam?
I thought he only played like when Bam was out in the Lakers against the Lakers in the finals. I don't remember him playing a single minute through the first 3 rounds.
And 8.9.
So as long as you're right, then you're right. I feel it though.
I said I was right. His average in the series was 8.9.
Adam, Trevor versus Iggy. Go ahead.
I think it's a no-brainer. It's Trevor. Iggy, I only want him on the court when the Heat have a lead and to end halves. Because I think he's the smartest player on the court most of the time. And the Heat typically just lose things and blow things up at the end of halves. There's like the last 2-minute run before halftime where they might lose a lead, and you just need that guy that knows what he's doing, has that experience, and that's what Iggy brings. So only if they have a lead or at the end of halves for Iggy. And Trevor Ariza, look, he could have 0 points, but he's still going to be impactful. He'll help build that wall against Giannis. But I do think it's imperative for him to be able to shoot just like Jay last year, because Jay Crowder shot 43% in the second round last year, and he hit 5 or 6 threes a game. And I'm aware he's making up for Duncan, but I just think Trevor Ariza needs to score and defend well at a high level for the Heat to have a chance.
So I think Iggy's going to be the one to play the more impactful minutes. And the way I viewed Trevor and Iggy is Trevor does better as an old guy guarding smaller players. Iggy does better as an old guy guarding bigger players. So I think Iggy is going to be more in line to help build that same kind of wall that they did on Giannis last year.
Have you seen Iggy's arms? That's it. That's the argument. Iggy's arms, the end.
Like, well, Trevor's arms are also freakishly long.
But Iggy's much stronger. Like, and to your point, I think that the argument there against defense is totally sound.
Yeah.
So and here's the other thing. I can't tell you how many times in just the short stint that Trevor Ariza had, I know his defense has been great, but against really quick 3-pointers, it is so easy for Trevor to just get lost and just get behind the point guard, and then everyone else has to shift up, and it just ends up in an easy bucket. So I'm going to be very interested to see how Spo handles that, because I do think that Trevor's slow. He has those long arms, but he's slow at the top of the attack. So it's going to be really interesting to see what Spo does to counteract that.
Yeah, so I want to read a couple of comments. Gilbert Lemaitre, I don't know how to say his last name. He said, "Oh, there we go. I'm with that shit." Our second unit. Omelette du fromage. Our second unit is better.
Yeah.
Our second unit is better. That's what will make this series is the bench. Look, I agree that our second unit is better in theory. I just believe that our second unit is wildly inconsistent too. Like,
we also have depth in theory.
Yeah, right. So
wait, hold on. I'm not on post game Saturday. I know that much, but I have this written down, and I'm going to send it to you guys in game 1 because Ravi's putting his name on this. None having 12 points in the fourth quarter of game 1. So
Hey, I'm with
listen,
that shit too. I'm with it if it happened. Ryan Chill, he said, "Who do you want to get in foul trouble, Giannis or Drew?" Giannis.
The comment.
He said, "I'm from Gables, bro." You from Coral Gables, bro? My bad, bro. I'm sorry. You sound French, bro. Let's be honest. This
one more time.
Lemaitre.
That's what you gotta change it to, Gilbert.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's your new name, bro. You French now. You from Coral Gables. So Duncan Robinson and Bam Adebayo. I know this is a weird kind of like versus thing for us to do, but it's also something that we've seen at times where Duncan is more impactful than Bam in some games. So I'm trying to figure out during the course of this series, who do you believe will be more impactful, Duncan Robinson or Bam Adebayo? Michael, I know Duncan's your guy, so we're gonna start with you.
well, the answer is Bam. I love Duncan a lot more than a lot of other people, but it has to be Bam. Bam is the second best player on this team. He drives this team. His defense, especially in a series against Giannis, is going to be so important. Unless Duncan defends Chris Middleton the way he did Jason Tatum, right? Like, but that's not going to happen. I know exactly. So that's where I'm like, Bam is obviously the much more important player. I don't know how else to describe that.
I didn't ask who was the more important player. I said who would be the most effective in this series.
It's going to be Bam.
It's going to be Bam. Be the most impactful.
You did say
whatever.
Impactful.
Effective, impactful, same shit, bro. Like
I should have been reading the rundown.
At least we know Duncan gonna shoot that bitch. Like we don't know. We don't know from game to game if Bam gonna shoot. Y'all don't.
So like, okay, so that's the thing.
Trying
right?
to be nice to everybody tonight.
No, because then, like, let's say Duncan has a game where he makes like I don't know 5 of 7 or 5 of 8 threes. That's a really good game for him. That's impactful and it's efficient. But if he goes and also has like 4 or 5 fouls on the other end of the court, forces some of the rotations and some of the substitutions to happen a lot sooner. I think Bam's going to end up being more efficient. I think it's just going to end up being him. He's going to be aggressive from the start, and I think he's going to make good decisions. So it's Bam.
Hey Bam, you bro, fuck you, bro. Don't call me no Groupon Skip Bayless, bro. Ain't nobody give a shit.
That is true.
A bunch of versus questions because it'll take too long. I was intending to keep this show to 40 minutes. So I was trying to give you guys like 2 players per thing. Now we're already at 42 minutes. So like
it's because of the French. So
that's it, bro. We're American.
That is an awful accent.
Speak Spanish, why don't you?
I never claimed that I was going to be able to do that.
I can speak Spanish. Omelette du fromage. Allana. Allana, who's going to be more impactful in this series?
Here's the thing. The answer is obviously Bam, but I do want to say if you were to ask us a question of who am I most nervous about in this series, my answer would also be Bam. I'm terrified. I don't know what I'm going to get from him night in and night out. I'm terrified with him against Giannis. I'm literally terrified against him on all the guards. Like, I just don't know which Bam is going to come out. So, yeah, the answer is Bam, but he also, on the flip side of that, has me on the edge of my seat.
Thank you very much, Allana. that is my entire point at all. Like, I don't know what Bam I'm going to get. Fear the deer, bagels, and shit. I don't care. Eat it for.
I love that, even though I don't agree with that prediction.
Simba said Roy been playing a lot of Mortal Kombat. That's why he keeps saying versus Simba. You donated $50. You can
I don't think I played the game, but I don't think that's how it's spelled. I'm just saying.
No, there's a kid in there somewhere, Michael. Adam, Duncan or Bam?
Okay, the way I'm going to answer this question is if you take Duncan off the court completely, do you still have a chance to win the game?
No.
Really?
No.
Duncan didn't play well at all last year.
No, it doesn't matter about him playing well.
No. Okay, look, Bam, you take him off the court, you're not winning a single. You're not winning a single game. You take Duncan off the court, you have a shot. That's the way to answer it. It's Bam.
A shot at what? Losing in 5?
No. Look, you can play without Duncan. You can't play without Bam.
I understand that you can play without. Here's my thing. At the beginning of this series, and I know this is kind of taking us out of the way a little bit, but at the beginning of the series, who's going to match up with Duncan Robinson? Who are they going to have guarding Duncan Robinson?
Chris or Drew?
Huh?
Chris Middleton or Drew Holiday?
Right. One of their 3 best defenders. Who are they going to put on Bam Adebayo?
Giannis.
GG's.
So you're gonna put Chris or Drew on Bam on Duncan. You're gonna put the other one on Jimmy, and you're gonna put Giannis on Bam.
Here's the thing: you could even put Chris Middleton on Bam if Bam isn't shooting, or if he's not the best down in the post.
Yo, hold on. I'm gonna blow your mind. I'm
point.
gonna blow your mind with it. Watch the Bucks play zone. Budenholzer's playing chess. He's
Watch
like, you played zone. I'm gonna play zone. Watch the Bucks play zone.
Bro, first of all, I wholeheartely expect Miami to play the zone for a little bit in this series. Like
at some point,
little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Like they haven't. Well, they might play it a lot because they haven't gone to it as much this year. But it's in that bag, and I think they could go there, and that shit's gonna. Excuse me, this wine is tearing me up, but it's gonna do the same thing that it did for Miami last year, where it could disrupt their rhythm. I don't know if I asked everybody the question, and I don't even remember the question entirely, so I'm just gonna move on.
I don't think I think I answered your question, then Allana changed it to another question, and then Adam changed it to a whole other question.
That means everybody gave themselves an opinion out here, and I appreciate you all for doing so. So let's talk about Kendrick Nunn, because essentially this is going to be his first like real playoff experience. Are you guys expecting? What are you expecting from Kendrick Nunn during this series? Adam, we'll start with you again.
I'm expecting a drop in minutes and a drop in production. I still think that Spo will have a tight leash on him. Look, we're going to be playing 7 guys. It's that simple. You know, Goran's going to be one of them. You know, Tyler's going to be one of them. Duncan, Bam, you know, Iggy potentially, but I don't know. If Kendrick starts out rough, you might not see him for the rest of the game. That's just the way I look at it, just because Spo has that history in the playoffs in the past, and I don't see why this year would be any different than any other.
Because this year was entirely different than any other.
No, but
I don't understand that connection.
For this season of all time.
Yeah, like this season is the reason why.
Dumbest ass season of all time.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take one. I want to take one of Allana's quotes. That is one of the wildest takes I've ever heard. Go ahead.
We'll see.
Go ahead.
We'll see.
Okay.
That's
shit.
okay.
I didn't expect you to say that. Allana, Kendrick Nunn, what are you expecting from him?
I mean, I'm expecting him to be a huge contributor, and I also think
I like that his profile.
Gavin, bro, you have been gone for weeks, bro.
Why can't you take a compliment, Royal? That's very sweet. He said he means thank you, Gavin.
Well, no, that's not what I mean, Gavin. I mean that you're a fucking weirdo who keeps sending these weird messages to me every time you get in these comments, bro.
No. A compliment's a compliment. You take it.
Yeah, Royal.
Move on.
Okay, thank you, Gavin, for giving me a weirdo ass compliment.
Do you still have the pictures of Adam?
He followed up with
like this.
Yeah.
Comments, line it up with compliments.
Yeah. No, you don't have to apologize, Gavin, bro. I really appreciate you, bro.
I can't. I have a trackpad, so I can't delete it.
Yeah. Michael, you should get the other one. But no, I fuss with you, Gavin, kind of like, I don't want to say that too, because I don't really know what. Yeah. That's my favorite one. Yo, y'all see how many motherfuckers trying to tackle the bone crusher?
Yo, where's your team, bro? Is that how that sport works?
I got to the image. I got to it.
How does that sport work, bro?
He don't need a team. Barai is the team.
Jimmy in the finals.
Exactly. Carrying motherfuckers to the promised land. Fuck you talking about it. Do that shit, Adam Barai. I forgot who I was asking about Kendrick Nunn.
Me, but I don't know what I was saying, so we can just.
What do you mean you don't know what you're saying? Here, I can answer the question for
literally
you.
Went
what? No, I got it. I got it. No, I got it. I'll be Allana.
Oh yeah, because your take is absolutely ridiculous.
You're stealing what I was gonna say. I was literally already gonna say this. Watch, this was.
Don't worry, I got you, Michael.
What a crazy take!
I don't say the word crazy.
Has been playing
She said wild.
Wild
take. What a wild take! Last season, he was dealing
with
like
this.
COVID.
What a wild take.
He was dealing with COVID. These are going to be real playoffs. You need Kendrick Nunn. He's going to play great. What are you talking about, Adam?
Am I lying? Am I wrong?
Same group of people that said they'd rather play the Celtics than the Bucks first round.
Oh, that's what we're playing? We're playing the take game? Nah, we're playing the take game.
Okay, I can play this. I can play the take
game.
No, let's not play the take game, bro.
I can play this all damn day.
Well, first of all, I've given more video clips to this network than anybody over this year. So
start with Avatar: The Last Airbender as like a steady in. No, it's like the anime intro for people who haven't watched it before. And then if you can enjoy that, you can enjoy anime.
It came on Nickelodeon, bro, so it's pretty user friendly. Yeah. Somebody asks, is Adam Samoan? Adam is not Samoan. I don't know if he wants his nationality out there, so I won't tell you what he is. But
I'm Egyptian.
Okay, there we go. So Adam is Egyptian. I didn't know. He's the only African American on this show. Let's go to let's start wrapping this shit up because we're getting out of hand. What matchup? Let's start talking about some of these matchups before we start closing out. What matchup do you think Miami can exploit in this series? And we'll start with Allana this time.
Oh, I thought we lost her for us.
No, I just don't know how to answer this because I don't think our matchup game is going to be what sets us into victory.
So what you're saying,
I'm concerned about every matchup. I'm concerned about this series.
I didn't ask what you were concerned about. I was saying, what matchup can Miami exploit? Advantage Miami. What advantage does Miami have?
If we play
same answer,
team ball, we can get somewhere. Otherwise, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, go ahead, Mariah.
We have Jimmy. They don't. That's it.
Okay, that's.
Oh wait, I got it. Ready?
Go ahead.
Whoever is being defended by Dante DiVincenzo.
No, we have
exploit it. What'd you say?
We have Spo.
I guess that's the only one. Spo against Bud. There you go.
Bro,
there's the matchup.
You guys are not looking at this rundown. That was my third question in this series.
We are looking. That's exactly why we said that.
They're just trying to get you to stop talking, Royal. Just shut up.
Oh, my bad. So Simba said, Gavin, Royal has a how-to video for Manscaped. Shut up, Simba. Damn it. I should have read it ahead of time. But I told myself I was going to read all of Simba's comments because he donated $50. I'm not doing that anymore. Don't encourage Gavin. He's a weirdo.
Our predictions?
Can we what?
Our predictions for the series?
Sure. Why not?
Royal, you
go ahead.
No, Royal, you start.
I'm last.
You're last.
Oh,
you brought it up.
Big shot.
Adam, we don't get to pick when we go. It's whenever Royal says.
Okay, Royal, you pick.
Thank you. That is not what Allana just said. She just said it's whenever I pick, but I'll pick. I got the Heat in 7.
He's telling you to pick who to go. Y'all are.
Oh, I'm picking me. The Heat in 7. I'm picking them. I want to say Heat in 5, but I don't believe that. So I'm gonna say Heat in 7. And the reason that I'm picking them in 7 is because of Spo. I think Spo wins them this series because Milwaukee's better, and I agree with Drew Holiday that they're more talented. But I think Bud is gonna get circles coached around his ass. Adam, you go second, bitch. So who you picking?
Okay, I'm going to get crucified. I don't care. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to go off of what I've seen this entire year from both teams. Bucks in 6, maybe 5.
Allana?
I actually agree with you, Royal. I'm doing Heat in 7.
Thank you. I can't look at this thing right now. I can't. You disgust me. Michael?
I'm with most of the comments. I'm saying Heat in 6. I said Heat in 6 on the pod. I genuinely believe that, like you said, Spo gives us an advantage. I think Jimmy is hungry for this one because he had it. He had it in his fingertips, right? It was so close. I think he's going to come out strong. I think Bam is going to know how to be aggressive because when we saw Bam aggressive this year against good teams, aka the Bucks, you really saw what he could do. And I think we haven't had a chance to see him and Jimmy together against this Bucks team. So I've got Heat in 6.
Thank you, Ty. I got Christian Cardus for the 199. Don't know. He said Heat in 6. The Greek cheats finna get clapped, bro. Gavin,
I like that.
I
like that comment. Thank you.
Bro, Gavin, bro, why you gotta come in here and ruin it, bro? God, they told us Royal cheats gonna get clapped too, bro. Shut up, bro. Like, bro, what is man? Oh, Bucks in 5, bro. What? Molana in 4. Okay. And somebody said Heat in 11. I guess. But yeah. So let's play some of these bills so we can close this show out. We've been going for 54 minutes, and I'm missing part of the next play-in game that I'm finna watch. Anybody want to play Vertagear? I'm gonna let you guys choose which bill you pay tonight. Somebody wants to pay Vertagear?
I'll pay it since I'm sitting in it. Vertagear is a great chair. I think that they have. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Fantastic chair. I'm sitting on it right now. It's so comfortable. It's so elegant. I think that it's the best chair that we could have had as a sponsor. Look, when I tell you that
I love the all caps. I wonder when people type this out, do you think they hit caps lock and then type the whole thing out, or did he hold shift that entire time?
No,
Caps
no,
lock.
no.
Who holds shift? What kind of a psychopath does that?
Joshua, help me out here. Say you hit shift.
Somebody who types in all caps in the comment thread on YouTube, they all hold shift. That's
Yeah,
why.
that's what I'm saying.
Is he yelling at me? Go ahead, Adam.
I was done.
Oh shit, we interrupted your whole Vertagear ad.
Vertagear.
They're not like that.
Look at that
Vertagear,
chair.
That's a fantastic chair. I'm currently sitting in the P5000. It's a fantastic chair. I wouldn't recommend it enough. We are 2 away from getting guys like Brian, Gad, Ariel a free chair. So please, please, please support us. It's in the link below. You'll love it.
There we go. And I got Christian Gardus, who actually bought a Vertagear chair, had his picture up and got it retweeted a couple of times. Thank you for the $199. Don't know. He said the Royal cheeks getting clapped in the finals. Bro, there's no part of my cheeks that are getting clapped.
Hey, I mean, if you gotta get your cheeks clapped, at least have it done in the finals, though, right?
First of all, the only person clapping these cheeks not in these comments, baby. And I'm going upstairs to see after we get finished. Allana, you want to play Manscaped or you want Michael to play?
Always.
Oh, okay. There we go.
All right,
we have a
guys,
thing for it?
Manscaped, you know what's up? Ball deodorant, ball toner. They got a new lawnmower, I think. Razor, don't really know what that does. Incredibly soft t-shirts and drawers, apparently. So get some for your wife, your girlfriend, your side piece. Your balls will thank you.
If you use Manscaped, you can go from this, to this.
Yes, indeed. Whoa.
Look at those
We also have a
lines.
discount code that Royal's going to remind me of.
See, you know what, Alana, I knew you were going to do it, and I appreciate you for letting me say it for you. The promo code is 5RSN. That's the number 5RSN. When you go to manscaped.com, gives you 20% off and free shipping. So yeah, Alana already told you everything else that you need to know. Thank you, Simba Sports, for the other $10 dono. He said y'all didn't ask, but Heat and Six talk about the toner.
I said there's ball toner. Apparently, it's very nice.
Yes,
Go
it
get
is.
you some.
Are you going around doing surveys? You working for Manscaped? You're
Don't worry about it, Michael.
Have you ever used the ball toner? How did
Listen,
it
Don't worry
feel?
about it.
Clipboard and all, just like in public,
bro.
Times Square.
Michael, first of all, we all work for Manscaped, just to be honest with you. So don't just single out a lot of. And then Welch talk about
people.
You're right. Welch talk about 20 years ago when Royal had a hairline. Shut up, Welch. Michael, play Therapist Preferred.
Therapist Preferred. They got some CBD products with no THC, right? That's what it is. I'm just going to read off your stuff, man. I got this. The CBD company was founded in 2019 by a physical therapist. So that's how you know it's legit. To optimize performance and recovery for active people. They got some gummies. You like candy? They got candy, right? You can have some of that. But it's not actually candy because it's good for you. Calms you down. Maybe Allana should start taking them before we do feel the heat because she's just wired, although it doesn't come through on the intro. But yeah, CBD Preferred. Get some. Therapist Preferred. That's the name of the company. It's good. You're highlighting the whole thing, Royal. Oh, you got rid of it. I don't know what else to read, but Therapist Preferred. Get you some. There's a code. I believe he deleted it.
What Michael was reading is on a Google Doc, and I deleted it as he was reading. So, because I thought that would be fun. Use the promo code 5 Reasons at Therapist Preferred. That's the number 5 Reasons. There go my gummies right here. They're actually all gone. I ate all my gummies. But use the promo code 5 Reasons, the number 5 Reasons for 20% off plus free shipping. Same thing as Manscaped. And also, if you want to get involved in the Clutch Corner, learn how to sponsor this show or whatever, DM Adam, bro. Like, you can DM the Clutch Corner account.
Well,
if you
hold
want
on.
to.
Wait. Somebody else, because he's on lockdown. Remember? We're not supposed to. So, never mind. DM Adam.
DM Adam. Or the Clutch Corner. You can DM the Clutch Corner if you want, but we're just gonna make Adam do it. Like that's what's gonna happen. None of us
DM
gonna
Michael.
do that shit. Yeah,
Michael
do that.
will
Send
handle
Michael
it.
a DM if you want to sponsor the 5 Reasons.
I can do
Sports
numbers.
Clutch
That's
Corner.
the one thing
That's
y'all
what I'm
all
saying.
can
You
give me.
can handle it.
Except for
That
that one
is
time
true.
where I overlooked how many games Myers played. But
No,
I
don't
am
DM Michael
way
because
past
Michael
that.
not gonna negotiate us the best deal. DM Adam so he can
You're
negotiate.
right. You know what? You're right. I'm the closer here. DM fucking me.
Yeah, DM Allana. There we go. DM me so I can tell you fuck you and then send you to Allana.
You know what? Yeah, you guys are already DMing her. Just ask if you want to
Right.
show.
Yeah,
Right,
you know,
DMs
put
are
your
open
hands up.
for business.
F's in the chat for Alana's DMs, guys. F's in the chat. I don't think
FC
any
in
of the
the
rest
chat
of
for
your
DM. Don't worry, they're
I
gonna
don't know what that
DM.
means.
Neither does anybody else, but it's
nobody
Michael,
else
so
does.
nobody
It's
cares.
a gaming
So,
thing.
thank you guys in the comments for joining us, making the show much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to the corner for Adam Barat, Allana Tahauer, and Michael Christian for joining me on here tonight. Go enjoy some more of these playing games. Adam, one more thing.
What's up, y'all?